Hi, Mark Savage here with Savage on Wheels. We are with have a Land Rover Defender 90 today. 90 is the shorter wheelbase, so there's also 110 longer wheelbase. The numbers don't mean anything that except bigger and smaller. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I like this vehicle and why there's some things that really I question for the price of this vehicle. First of all, I think it's great looking, Paul, don't you think?
Yeah, it does look cool.
It's sharp. I mean, it's a nice looking vehicle.
Kind of has an attitude.
It has an attitude. I like the big round light.
Yep,
That's kind of
the wheel
cool.
flares.
The wheel flares. I'm not sure what this is meant to be, but it's kind of neat. It's kind of a nice texture that they got going
in
there.
case you're dropping
something
on it.
It says Defender here. Got air scoops, ducts. They got ginormous tires. I think there's a 22-inch tires. I can't imagine how much those cost to replace. Giant, I think it's 15-inch and 14 8-inch rotors for the front and rear. That's nice to have for stopping purposes. Paul and I both love these tail lights. I like that square look there. That's really cool. I don't know why anybody needs to design a vehicle that opens like this, because that's really awkward. You got the big tire on the back. And if I'm going off-roading, if I'm in the Dakar Rally, yeah, I probably need that big tire on the back like that. And it's easy and quick to get to. We do have quad exhaust pipes down here. As you can see, they just oodle. Oh, wait a minute, not a lot of room in the back here.
No room.
I don't even know why we got
three bags of groceries.
This whole thing. Yeah, well, maybe 5 that you can lay across here.
A couple of cases of beer.
These do fold down. That's nice. I do like the little skylights that are in here. In fact, I had some people in it yesterday and say, hey, that's really cool. Okay, well, for the price, I guess
that's $1.05. That'll cost you.
That'll cost you a little extra. Okay. And it says Defender all over it. That's nice. It's down there again. Of course, it says Land Rover in there, Defender here. I need one of those things that says if it's upside down, turn me over or whatever on the back. Anyway, we'll show you what's inside too. Come here. We'll do. This looks real rugged. We got all of the little nuts and bolts in here.
Yep.
We can tighten that all up. And it does have some of the nice stuff. We got 3 memory seats. We've got a big giant sunroof. I haven't quite opened it all the way because it was really hot yesterday, so I left it partially closed. But here's the thing I want to show you, Paul, is this is really a 2-person vehicle, because you can get a couple, 2 or 3 in the back, but here's, okay, that, I'm not sure how I'm getting up in here, and I can't, this does not slide forward that way. Oh, well, there's a power button here.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. 10 minutes later.
Can't be in a hurry.
It can't be in a hurry. Then you can do that. Well, now I can crawl up in here. I'm going to show you. I'm a little guy, and it's still a tight squeeze. There we go. Almost comfortable, right? Yeah, then you put it back. Then you got to power it all the way back. It won't just go back by itself. It is pretty roomy back here, though. That's pretty nice. I got, like I said, I get the sunroof all open, got the little side lights in here. We got all sorts of controls back here for your heating and air conditioning system and so forth. So that's nice. And we got, of course, this big giant console in between that actually has a cooler in there, so I can put my soda cans in there. We can't put beer in, Paul. We can't drink beer when we drive. Anyway, all right. A couple things I like inside. I don't know what material they have put, but it's kind of like a suede material on the steering wheel. That is really nice. The screen is a nice size. Paul and I were playing with it on our way over. There's just a whole lot of buttons. Look at all these different choices we can make in here. The 4x4 section. So when you're going off-road, you got to tell it okay and do all this. This is your adjustments. There's wade sensing. So if I'm going to go on into the water, I believe it takes about 35 inches of water it will ford. So if you want to take your $100,000 vehicle into the water, that's great. Configurable things here. It says I got to keep going to this terrain response program, but I haven't figured out what else I got to do to get there. But anyway, it's difficult to get to that. The radio, at least once you get things set, not too bad, although 2 days ago none of these lit up in here, which I know this is one of the complaints people have had about Land Rovers. Sometimes their electronics don't work as you would expect.
That's not a good thing.
No, and sometimes it takes a while. Like I'll punch a button to get a channel on here. And now that one was pretty quick, so that was good. But sometimes it takes quite a while. Got a lot of buttons down here. This is all climate controls. This is your raise and lower the vehicle a little bit. So if you're going to go off-road or you're going to load the back, you can do that. Again, those seats do fold down back there. This is your charger for your phone. That's an easy spot to put it in, but if I want to get it out, that's kind of a tough thing. I've got to lift that, get my phone out. I can get, I guess, my can of beverage out.
That's pretty tiny, though.
Yeah, well, I could might get one or two in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's some limitations. But what we're going to show you here is that it does go off-road, and that's one of the things you're buying a Land Rover for.
Oh, yeehaw!
We'll take a little drive down the... You can go into the bush with this thing, and you know, I guess that's the good news. It's just, again, this costs a lot of money. Base on this is $98,000, I think, something like that, and this one is $104,000. Add a few goodies on it, it's $106,000. Paul and I were talking. I know I can get a Jeep Rubicon.
$392. If you can find one for 70 grand.
75 grand. So,
yep.
So we're talking a $35,000 premium here, just to say Land Rover on it, and you know, it does have some unique styling, so that's a plus. You know, while this is designed primarily to go off-road and to beat around and you know, take out on the tundra and hunt down some buffalo and elephants and whatever, this is nice on the road. If the only thing to judge a vehicle by was how nice it is to drive, this is a winner, because it has got a kind of a nice, light but easy feel to it. You know, you'd think something that looks this beastly maybe is real heavy. Nice light feel to it, very responsive steering, and not a fantastic ride, but a pretty smooth ride for something with a short wheelbase. This is just around 102-inch wheelbase. That's usually, you know, something you're gonna take out on the road and think, I'm getting beat pretty good with this thing, or it's like a compact car or something.
Right.
So, you know, it's a little jiggly, but man, it is not severe at all. Again, handles great, and it has all the power in the world. 515, I think, or 19 horsepower in this. So top speed of 149 mile an hour.
Has a nice growl to it.
Has a nice growl to it. Again, this thing will go. You know, the V8 power is, of course, a special thing. This is one reason this thing is $106,000. You can get kind of, I guess, a base Land Rover Defender 90 or the 110 for right around that $52,000 to $53,000 range. That comes with a 295 horsepower engine. Not bad, but a Turbo 4. So Defender 90, the short wheelbase, Defender 110, the longer wheelbase, and has 4 doors, so that might be the more practical vehicle. This one at 106, I think it's a little overpriced for what you got here, but certainly with the V8 engine, you got plenty of power.